Issues surrounding good corporate governance and accounting practices will be emphasized as top accounting and financial minds in Grenada and the Eastern Caribbean meet on Saturday. Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Transparency Institute, Deryck Murray, will deliver the keynote address for tomorrow's gala dinner at the Radisson Beach Resort. The Trinidad and Tobago Transparency Institute is a chapter of Transparency International, a global civil society organization leading the fight against corruption. During an interview with GBN, Mr. Murray says accountants are the gatekeepers that must uphold integrity within the profession of accounting by not engaging in dodgy accounting practices.
That's very important because obviously the businesses themselves, whether it's the public service or the private sector, need to have good governance practices. Otherwise, that there is wastage in terms of, money laundering, terrorism, etc. Money going out of the system, affecting the daily lives of people by not having the proper infrastructure for development that should be there. But also in terms of the professions themselves, being able to uphold their own codes of conduct, their own codes of ethics, and therefore how it impacts on the population, the man in the street's perception of an image of what a country is like, and from those professions, the country builds its image.
He said the financial landscape has changed over the years and accountants must keep up with the changing environment as new legislations to combat corruption come on stream.
But the very fact that regulations, rules have to keep changing is highlighted by the fact that Transparency International itself is just over 20 years old. But 20 years ago, bribery was a quote-unquote legitimate cost of doing business. So firms were allowed tax relief based on bribes they had to pay in foreign countries to be able to proceed and do their business. Now that is a total no-no, thanks to the efforts of groups like Transparency International. And again, we need to work with the professions to ensure that their standards continue to meet that.
Chairman of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Eastern Caribbean, Grenada branch, Henry Joseph, also reiterated the need for the next generation of accountants to be aware of international reporting standards. He says these standards are becoming the global standards for the preparation of public company financial statements.
Well, it's not necessarily new. International financial reporting standards really came into being about 5 to 7 years ago. But, there are a number of changes that are taking place. And in fact, we have IFRS 9, as we say, that will be coming into effect in 2018. In order to be able to deal with it when it comes around, you have to have the knowledge beforehand.
On Saturday, over 100 delegates, both local and regional, are expected to attend this important event, which forms part of a week of activities held by the organization. The gala dinner takes place from 7 p.m. Joseph Cador, GBN News.